have you with me for the next little bit. Before we get to the controversy, which I think I stirred up a few days ago, so that would be December the 8th, which was a Friday, somebody on Instagram wanted to see my garage and what bikes I have inside. So let's take a look at this video right now. By the way, the BMW that you're going to see, that is a bike that I bought secondhand about 8 years ago, but I have decided to get rid of it, only because it's really one of my least favorites. You're probably going to see a Harley Davidson there as well. That is one that I also bought secondhand. And one bike that is covered, which is a recent purchase, but I'm going to unveil that actually at the end of the year. It's a bike that I was looking for some time. Anyway, that's a little bit of that. I'm going to give more details on all of the bikes in the future. Now, on December the 8th, I uploaded the video, which I'm going to look at my screen here so I can remember the title. Was called Made in India, We Need to Get Real. And I knew that it was going to be controversial because I said at the beginning of that video it's going to be a little bit controversial. Now, what's very amusing is the comments that I've had. Not unexpected at all, because there are other videos out there with people that have blasted motorbikes that are made in India. Royal Enfield is the one automatically comes to mind, and they get inundated with comment after comment after comment. Now, personally, I find the comments rather amusing. They're trying to be insulting, but I just end up laughing and having a good time reading them. I mean, I think rude and nasty comments are usually the best kind. Now, staying on that, which is actually quite amusing, so far, if I look at the likes and the dislikes to that video, they are as followed. 187 likes and 72 dislikes. That's rather interesting, shall we say. And the thing is about the comments, even though they're trying to be rude and insulting, they're not. They're just rather funny. And I knew exactly what they're going to say. They were going to say the typical, "How dare you!" over and over and over. And I said to somebody on Saturday, before I even checked, because I uploaded the video, and then on Saturday, decided to see how it was doing. And I said, I'll bet you anything, somebody in there is going to mention, "Oh, you're colonialism and all that nonsense." Blah, 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 blah. 14 of the 70, no, actually more than 70, 71 comments, people saying, "That's a colonial way of thinking," and all that nonsense. I knew that was going to happen. Blah, 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 blah. The only thing I can really tell these people is one thing.
They can all fuck off.
I mean, honestly, it is incredibly funny. If you go on YouTube and you look at videos where people are talking about, let's say, Indian-made motorcycles or Chinese-made motorcycles or Russians, well, Ural? No, let's say Russian cars for this one. But definitely Indian and Chinese for sure. Oh, Harley Davidson as well. The fanboys of these bikes, either from China, India, or the United States, Harley Davidson, the fanboys are even more ludicrous than Doctor Who fans. How dare you! Funny thing is, if, let's say, there was a video that I did a year ago, and, well, no, it was more than a year ago, where I was talking about a Peugeot scooter. Peugeot, which maybe you know or maybe you don't know, started off making whalebone, what do you call those things the women used to wear? Girdles? Corsets. Pepper grinders. They made ammunitions. They made steel. And they started making cars. They made bicycles. I mean, they made so many different things. And they were actually very good at it, right? A Peugeot scooter, as I said in that video, I said, "Oh, it is typically French, of course. It is a snail-eating, wine-swigging, protesting frog that is jumping all over the place." How dare you! Funny thing is, I didn't get any single French person ready to say, oh, that was offensive or racist. Maybe because they could take the joke on that. But again, the fanboys are the ludicrous ones. I mean, you can play them like an instrument. You just have to say one thing and then they play it. Absolutely hysterical. So keep those negative comments coming because I absolutely adore them.
How dare you!
I'm going to be putting together a video with some of my best pickings. And there's some doozies in there. It's sort of like when reading through them, almost like children in a schoolyard.
How dare you!
The thing is, I said, we have to get real. We have to get real here. Now, perhaps you have a Royal Enfield or another made Indian bike that is working fine. Well, guess what? There were some people that bought Yugos, and they got one that was good. I mean, India still has a long way to go.
How dare you!
Before they can match the likes of the Japanese manufacturers or the others. That is for certain. But I mean, a lot of them are playing on this whole classic retro nonsense, which is really just it's a marketing ploy. That's all it is. Rather amusing. Now, saying that, yes, I would agree. There are some motorcycles that are made in India that are good. Usually, it's a company that has a joint venture with another company, and they're following the quality control of that company. And usually, those bikes are meant for export. Bit of a difference there. Now, I know some will say,
blah, 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 blah.
Well, the price... Oh, sorry, don't give me that rubbish, No. Quality control does not take a lot of money. It just takes people knowing what they're doing, But as I said... as I pointed out to somebody in one of the comments, I mean, if you think about it, and this is a fact, India today is the only country in the world that is still manufacturing clockwork gramophones. Yes. India was the last country in the world to stop making 78 RPM records. The last batch that came out was in the late 1990s. And until a few years ago, they were manufacturing a car called the Hindustan Ambassador, which was a car from the 1950s made by Morris, the Morris Oxford Series 3. The Indians made it from the late 50s all the way, I believe, to 2014 or 2013 without changing anything. And I can find out other things as well. So, yes, Royal Enfield has improved. But they still have a very, very long way to go.
How dare you!
Anyway, like, comment, and subscribe. And the ruder they are, the nastier they are, the more insulting they are, the better. See you soon.